Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss one of my favorite password managers called Dashlane. Now, Dashlane is not sponsored in this video, something that I use on a daily basis, and I want to share with you guys. I'm sure you all heard of the password managers in the past. Some that are built into your browsers, others that are built into the mobile devices, as well as some third-party ones like 1Password, LastPass, and of course the one I'm going to talk about today, Dashlane. What's a password manager, you may ask? Well, this allows you not to be stuck wondering what your passwords may be, or requesting a change just for it to tell you that this password has already been used. So basically, it takes the guessing work out of knowing what your passwords are. Now, I have used all three of those password managers, including Dashlane, and Dashlane stands out because not only does it help with helping you create a secure password, it also auto-populates the web fields, and depending on what tier you choose, Dashlane will scan the dark web and alert you if your passwords and identity is being compromised, as well as automatically updating your less secure passwords. It has secure notes, up to 1 gig of secure storage, and much more. You can install it on your mobile device or your computer. Works with iOS, Android, Windows, Mac, maybe Linux. So in this video, I just want to quickly show you guys how to sign up on your mobile device for a trial, create an account, and show you how the password manager works. So let's get right to it. All right, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go to your app or Google Play Store and search for Dashlane. Once you see it, click install. All right, once the app is done installing, you should get to a screen where it says, let's get started or log in. So we're gonna click on get started. Here, you're gonna type in your email address. You're gonna hit next, and then of course here's the most important part. This is the master password. As it says up top, the one to rule them all. Keep in mind, this password should not be shared, stored anywhere. You just have to make sure you remember it. The one last password you would have to remember. Isn't that great that I've used LastPass and 1Password in the same sentence? But get it, this will be the one password you need to remember. So make sure you remember what it is, make sure you keep it nice and secure, and when you're typing it, make sure you look at the reveal to make sure you know what it is, because if you forget this password, you may not be able to access any of the stuff you secure. So let's just create one now. Okay, it lets you know how strong it is, like it says down here, loving this. Then we're gonna hit next. And of course, just wanna make sure that you remember what the password is. We gotta type it in one more time. It's a match, you can move forward. Now, as it says here, it allows you to use the Face ID to unlock it, or of course, you can use the master password reset. So you can see how it works by clicking here, and it tells you exactly what those steps are. So once you read that, hit continue. And there's a recap. Now you have to agree to the terms and hit jump in. Now that your app is ready to go, of course you can go through this if you prefer to allow it or not, it's up to you. Now, as you go through the basic steps here, right? So how can we make your life easier? Type my passwords in for me, sync it across all my devices, also warn me about hacks. So you pick which one you want. In this case, we're gonna say type in my passwords for me. As you can see, the Dashlane logo will pop up and everything will populate. Next, we have how can you keep track of all your passwords? So currently, I'm sure you guys try to memorize them, or you have a browser do it, or something else, probably have it written down. So again, this is a way to keep everything safe, but of course, pick which one that best describes you. In this case, I'm gonna put I memorize them. Amazing. You also click on what about hacks, that will go through everything and tell you X, Y, Z if you wanna see that. So now we're gonna go back and we're gonna continue. Now, you should have received an email here just to make sure, but it will look and search the entire web and make sure that everything in association with this email address that I'm signing up with is okay, and it's gonna make sure there's no breaches. So right now it's gonna check for breaches, and I should receive an email on my computer, or I can open up the email app right here. And as you can see here, basically tell me the same information. So I'm going to hit yes, I confirm this request. And as you can see, there are 0 breaches found with my data. So this is a great tool, something you guys should definitely utilize. Again, this is a free part of Dashlane, and it will search out the dark web and all over the place to see if there's any breaches with your data associated with it. So you know, the Experian hack and all those other hacks that have happened, that Dashlane database keeps a track of that, and they match against it to let you know if your data is compromised. So this is definitely a great piece of this app. I highly recommend using Dashlane, not just for its password manager, but for this feature as well. So now that we hit done, we can go back to the app. It's fetching email confirmation. Everything looks great. Now it's time to begin. Swipe up. Now here you have multiple things at the bottom. So you have your home page, which will show all of your applications, everything else here. You have your vault. So here's where your passwords are, your secure notes, payments if you want personal information, IDs you can store here. Then of course, if you want to share passwords with families or colleagues, here's where you can share those passwords and keep them secure, which is pretty good as well. Then of course you have password health, VPN, password generator, new device connector. So these are all very self-explanatory, but you can go through it. Password help basically shows all your passwords, give you a score based on it. So if your passwords are very weak, it will tell you, hey, these are weak, compromised, or reused, and it will help you then go and change those passwords for you if need be. And of course we have the VPN. So if you have the premium one, like I do currently, you'll be able to use the VPN built into Dashlane to secure your web browsing. And then of course the password generator. So this helps you generate passwords. You could use for anything that you're going to sign into. I highly recommend using this, again, storing it in Dashlane, so you don't even have to remember what these long digit passwords are, but it keeps your online profiles protected. Then of course, new device connector. If you want to add this to your Mac or PC, here's where you can go and do so. So let's go back to the most important part, which is the vault. And here, if you go to add a password, you could do that by selecting one of these sites. So in this case, we're going to try to choose Google. So as you can see here, it helps you generate a password, say use this password, save. Now, so whenever you want to, you can click on the browser, it will open up and it will definitely autofill that information for you. As simple as that. So now as you can see, if you go back home, you can see all the stuff that's here. You hit continue. Now you know that you have your email address as far as personal information goes, and you have your email and password set up here. So again, this is the premium benefits that we can get for 30 days. Of course, you can pay and get different versions. And now, like I said, if you look at the passwords, you can see that you go here and your passwords, all that information is here. You click on that so you can see it. You can copy and paste it if you need to. It has a little Gmail up the top. And of course, you can continue to add additional sites. You type in the sites you want. So Authy, if you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. You could add your information here, even if Authy is not an icon, etc., etc. So that's basically a brief overview on how to use Dashlane, how the benefits are, and I highly recommend using it. If you find any value in this video, please subscribe, smash that like button, turn on notifications so you can get alerted for the next videos. And thank you again for watching. See you in the next one.